So story time. I remember way back in the day when I was a kid, I was the worst for going to family Christmases, and if I got a gift from a relative that I wasn't all that thrilled about, I would like pitch a fit and I would embarrass my parents so bad. So one Christmas I remember my mom sat me down the day before we were going to be with all the family, and I'll never forget what she told me. She looked at me right in the eye with like this death stare that only Spanish moms can give, and she pointed in my face. She said, "Son, if you get a gift that you don't like this year, you are going to smile and say thank you whether you like it or not. You hear me?" And I remember shaking in fear. Even though my mom was like this big, it scared me to death. And it got me to thinking about this week's vlog. Have you ever received a beautifully wrapped gift? Now, I'm not talking about just somebody wrapped it and threw it in a tree. I'm talking about like perfect square box. The wrapping paper looked like it's been ironed. It's perfect. All the corners and the seams have been tucked in meticulously. And the person who gave the gift even went on Pinterest and looked up how to make their own custom bow. And it's got the ribbon wrapped around it this way, and it's got the ribbon wrapped around it this way. It's beautiful. High expectations. And then you tear into that thing, and when you open it up, you look at it, and it's like socks, or something that you're not all that thrilled about. I get excited about socks, but it's something that you're not really excited about. Can anybody relate to this? And there's actually some life lessons to be learned here. You see, in Luke, an angel comes to Mary, and this is how he opens up his conversation. He says, "Greetings, O favored one." Then he presents this beautifully wrapped gift to her, and he says that she was going to give birth to a son, and his name would be Jesus, and that the Lord would give him the throne of David, and that he would reign over the house of Jacob forever, and to his kingdom there would be no end. He comes with this beautifully packaged gift. Then she unwraps the plan that this angel is unfolding to her by asking this question: "How shall this be when I am a virgin?" Mary then realizes that this gift will actually feel like a burden a lot of the times. You see, to the outside world, this woman, Mary, would look like a harlot. To her soon-to-be husband, she would appear to be unfaithful. She would likely be gossiped about. She would likely be mocked, definitely ridiculed in that society. And not to mention the transformation that was getting ready to take place in her body as she would go through the months to come of pregnancy. And on top of all this, her and Joseph, once they accept this gift, they move twice, and they're being chased down by Herod that's trying to kill this baby. And in spite of all of this, Mary's cousin Elizabeth tells her, "Blessed are you amongst women." And you see, we a lot of times have a very warped mentality of what a blessing actually is. If you do a quick search on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and you type in #blessed, you'll find people putting up pictures of a car, and they'll say, #blessed, got a 2019 ride, or #blessed, I got my new Jordans in before anybody else, or #blessed, I got a raise, or #blessed, got a bigger than expected Christmas bonus. Now, I'm not saying that these things aren't blessings, but I am, however, saying that those are not our only category of blessings. And if we miss this and not look at the full counsel of the Word of God, then we will miss some very profound blessings in our lives. Check out what Jesus says in Matthew 5. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And finally, blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Now again, I want to stress this point. I'm not saying that a nice car isn't a blessing or a Christmas bonus or a raise on your job. I am desperately wanting to show the full counsel of God so that you don't miss the little blessings or the profound deep blessings in your life. And I want to encourage you that if you have unwrapped God's plan and it wasn't what you fully expected it would be, and life is a little bit difficult right now, or you're struggling, or maybe you've lost something or someone, I want to tell you that God is still in those details. And I want you to be encouraged, because here's what Jesus says after he lists these 9 blessings. Verse 12 says, rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. And finally, check out what Paul says in Philippians 4. Not that I am speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. Basically, Paul unwrapped the plan of God and he found blessings. He found a new car, found a raise, found a bonus on his check. But then other times he unwraps the plan of God in his life. And it wasn't what he wanted, but he learned how to put a smile on his face and to say thank you. Let's do that, not just in this holiday season and not just with tangible gifts, but when the plan of God unfolds and it unwraps before you and it looks like it's packaged beautifully, but then you unwrap it and it's not what you expected. Let's learn how to be content, even when our plans don't work out as we hope they would.